Before anything, make sure you subscribe to my channel right now, because these real stories are the kind that actually stay with you. When I married Daniel 8 years ago, I truly believed we were building a love strong enough to survive anything. He was gentle, patient, steady, and he made me feel safe. But somewhere between paying bills, constant work calls, and nights spent scrolling on our phones, instead of actually talking, the quiet between us became louder than words. One night at dinner, sitting right across from him, it hit me. He hadn't looked at me in nearly 10 minutes. He was physically there, but emotionally, it felt like the man who once made me laugh until I cried had become a stranger sharing the same house. That's when the words I had been holding in finally came out. Daniel, if you can't love me like before, maybe we shouldn't stay together. He lifted his eyes, calm, almost attached. Is that what you want, Rachel? It's what I need, I said, silently hoping he'd fight for me. Ask what happened. Beg for one more chance. But he didn't. He just nodded once and said, then I'll give you what you need. The next morning, he was gone before I woke up. No message, no explanation, just an empty space beside me in bed, and his wedding ring sitting on my nightstand. At first, I thought he was trying to scare me into changing my mind. But days passed. Nothing. When I finally called him, his phone went straight to voicemail. All I could manage to say was, I didn't mean it like that. Please come home. He never responded. 3 days later, he sent an email. You're right, Rachel. You deserve the kind of love you had before. I can't give that to you now. I'm letting you go. There was an address at the bottom. Our old lake cabin from our honeymoon. Something inside me snapped. That same night I drove there, convinced he'd be waiting, ready to fix everything. But when I arrived, the cabin was dark. Inside, everything was spotless, like it hadn't been touched in years. On the counter was a brown envelope with my name written on it. Inside was a letter. Rachel, when you said you needed something different, I realized you were right. I've been living half alive, pretending our love was enough while you begged me to feel more. You deserve a man who sees your entire world in front of him. I can't be that man anymore. I accepted a position in Denver. I leave tomorrow. The house is yours. The papers are inside. No drama. No fights. Just honesty. Finally, don't look for me. I hope one day you remember me with kindness. I reread those words until they blurred. Something about it didn't feel like Daniel. Not completely. It sounded like someone saying goodbye forever. The next morning I called his sister. He left, I said. He took a job in Denver. Silence. Then she whispered, Rachel, Daniel hasn't worked in 6 months. And he never mentioned Denver. My stomach dropped. I drove to his office. His desk was empty. The receptionist said he'd resign a week before our argument. That night, I tore through drawers trying to piece together anything. Inside one of his jackets, I found a jewelry store receipt from 2 weeks earlier. On the back he'd written, for our maybe, this will remind her why I chose her. My throat closed. He had bought something to save us before I ever gave that ultimatum. The next day, I went back to the cabin. When the sun was going down, I noticed a small wooden box hidden beneath the porch steps. Inside was a gold bracelet, engraved with always, even when it's hard. And beneath it, another letter. I planned to give you this on our anniversary, when you said you needed something different. I thought releasing you was the only gift left that wouldn't destroy you. But before I leave for good, you deserve the truth. I wasn't going to Denver. I was leaving to protect us both from the slow cruelty of pretending. I found out last month I'm sick, the kind that doesn't give second chances. I didn't want you watching me fade, so I made you angry enough to let me go. I read those lines over and over. The world around me went silent. The man I accused of not loving me enough had been dying and protected me the only way he knew how. I don't even remember the drive home. Just the silence. Not heavy this time, sacred. Every memory, every small fight, every quiet dinner suddenly felt holy. Later I learned he went into hospice under another name. Alone. He died 2 weeks after that email. His sister handed me one last message from him when she thought I was ready. Rachel, I hope you find someone who never makes you choose between love and freedom. But if you don't, remember I never stopped choosing you. People think heartbreak is loud, broken glass, screaming, throwing things. But real heartbreak is quiet. It's waking up every morning knowing the person who loved you most walked away because they refused to make you watch them disappear. I gave my husband an ultimatum thinking it would make him fight for me. Instead, he taught me what love actually means. Letting go before the pain becomes unbearable. And now, every time I wear that bracelet, I can still hear his voice whispering those words engraved on it. Always, even when it's hard.